I woke up feeling great. The birds are in the trees. They're singing me a melody. La 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 la, fuck the police. My head is on straight. My heart is in peace. My soul is incredibly ready to change history. It's a good day to fight the system. To fight the system. It's a good day. It's a good day. We're never gonna stop. We're gonna make it count. When one of us is tired out, the other one will hold it down. We're gonna spread the love. We're gonna spread it around. We're all over the city now, and way down in the underground. Come on. To fight the system. To fight the system. It's a good day. It's a
It's a good day to fight the system. Welcome, Checha Hasic, to tɩšosəm Radio, and also live online streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube and parts of our website if it's all going well. Check out our website for more information, jejamedia.ca. And we are going to be sharing just a few bits of music with you while we're waiting for our remote team who will be broadcasting from Willingdon Beach. Of course, now the name and the language, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Trust me, Joja. Our intrepid duo, Amira and Kusin, are down at Willingdon Beach, where they are preparing to greet the crowd that is coming from the Reconciliation Walk, from Townsite to Westview, and that will be from T-Squat to the name that I'm not remembering, and we'll get that for you, Ja. In the meantime, while I look that information up, we're going to play for you a song by a dear friend, Danita Large, and Danita is an amazing pre-Métis woman living in so-called Edmonton, Alberta, and Danita started singing at a very young age and has always had music in her life, and played for some, or sang with some incredible groups for many special events on Turtle Island. And she has just released her own second single, came out yesterday, and we're going to play that for you next. Her first single was called Gonna Walk That Line, and we'll probably hear that shortly as well, because it's so good and we all love to sing along to it. But right now, this is a brand new track by singer-songwriter Danita Large, and it is called Reconciliation Sky. Thank you so much for tuning into 107. Thank you so much for tuning in to 107.7 FM tɩšosəm Radio, broadcasting live in tɩšosəm. This is Danita Large with Reconciliation Sky. I better actually start the live broadcast on this end and get us going here. Welcome back, in case I didn't already say it. You just heard Danita Large with Reconciliation Sky, and thank you so much for joining us on 107.7 FM, Cheek Sapland Radio. We're getting live updates from our remote broadcast team of Kusin and Amira, and they are reporting that another Jeja is reporting to them that they are just about to come around the corner and down the hill from Brooks High School, and they will be arriving in by June, which is Wellington Beach. And Kusin will be, and Amir will be joining us again online here, as well as we are speaking into directly the airwaves of the village of tɩšosəm, and streaming online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website, jejamedia.ca. And another song for you while we wait for them to round the corner. Oh, never mind, Jet. Get this, they're here. Hello. Jetchwit Kusin.
Jetchwit, Jaja.
How are things going?
Good. We are at Wellington Beach right now at Kwe, and we are waiting for everyone to come down the hill.
Amazing. We've been practicing the name for Wellington Beach.
Oh, Aju. I said the wrong place.
Oh, and I keep getting that epsilon wrong. The epsilon, I keep getting the epsilon wrong. You might not be able to hear me, Kusin. I'm going to try not to speak louder, though, because it's really the ears also our listening audience in tɩšosəm. Jean giving me a hand here with the levels. That's a great idea, turning down the monitors.
Okay. I have my headphones on now, too, Joe.
Perfect. There we go. We got headsets. It's like we're really doing the deal. I see Amira is with you. It looks like it's a gorgeous evening at Aju.
Aju.
Aju. I'll write it on my forehead. Aju. Well, let us know a little bit about what you're seeing there and what's coming down the road.
Right now, you can see people around me waiting for the big crowd to come down the big hill. Lots of people have started gathering down here. Lots of orange shirts. It's really touching how many people are here just waiting for everyone to come down the hill.
And do you know from your friends farther back in the lineup how many people have showed up today?
Unconfirmed so far, Jaja.
All right. Gotta get Janet to text us the info.
Okay. It's a good day to be Indigenous.
It is.
I might put myself on mute, Jaja, and I will be back on in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you so much. I will get this next song playing here, and then we'll rejoin Kusin and Amira as soon as possible. Thanks everyone for your patience with our technical challenges as we work through this incredible, groundbreaking phenomenon that this team has put together. And so big shout out and thanks to the whole team working so hard behind the scenes here, getting it all done. And we are at Cousin's house here, the new youth center in tɩšosəm, till 6 a.m. tomorrow. Look for the giant white rhinoceros van parked outside. And if you go online, jejamedia.ca, you can check out our full schedule, which will be uploaded again shortly. But you can get a sense of what's been happening from 6 a.m. until 4:30. And yes, indeed, we were here at 6 a.m.
Oh, hi, Zoe.
Hi.
Maybe 2-minute warning, Jaja.
Thank you. I'm going to find that song any second here now. And we'll get this music going. What do we have for you? I think we're going to play a local artist, and Je is Takaya Blings. This is the Gije song.
my God, my ears. Zoe's killing my ears. Oh, thank you. Woo.
Zoe's killing my ears. Kusin, Amira, are you there?
Yes, we are here, Zoe. As you can see, they're slowly coming down the hill, and we're just at Willingdon here, and this is what it looks like behind
Incredible.
me. Yes.
Describe for people listening what it looks like, how many people there are coming down that hill right now. It looks like a wave.
Yes, I'm honestly overwhelmed. It's so beautiful. You have the children at the front singing all these beautiful posters, and just the support and the love is overwhelming. And how grateful are we for all these people to come out and share the same message that every child matters. And yeah, we're just gonna keep filming here. And
what are some of the signs saying, Amira? What do some of the signs say?
So far, I've only seen every child matters, and those are and we've got our
hey, it's
chemo there.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I'm just walking with everyone. I want to walk backwards, but I'm kind of scared, but I'm going to do it.
The little salmon fighting upstream, Amira. You can do it.
I just hope if I fall backwards, someone catches me. I think
you
we'll
will.
Be okay.
The wave will carry you.
Yes.
Thank you. We're getting, making sure my levels are okay for both the
sorry, I heard you got
radio stream and the live stream. So again, we have listeners in the village who are hearing this, Amira. And let's describe to them right now. Amira is at June and right basically at the ice cream crossing. And at the ice cream crossing, there's got to be a full throng of people in front of her, and behind her, it's kind of endless up the hill. I see several friends in the crowd, tons of orange shirts, and easily, 100 to 200 people, maybe, would you say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And by the way, there's still, they all haven't yet come down. They're still coming down the hill there.
Okay, they're still coming down the hill.
Yeah, I mean, it could be more than 200, I want to say, if I'm so bold to say, but
Amira, this is the Reconciliation Day Walk happening September 30th today. It started at 3:30 in T-Squad at the old hospital site, in town site, and ending at Ajun, which is where you are, Willingdon Beach, so-called. And the procession, let us know if you see somebody, ask them, how was the walk? How have they been singing the whole way? What are they thinking about?
So I definitely want to find someone and ask them about that, since Kusin and I were waiting for everyone at this end here. But yeah, absolutely, it would be nice to know, what it was like as they were gathering by the old hospital site. And I'm just showing you here what the crowd is kind of turning into. So I'm just trying to, I guess we're separating here into
slow down your camera. Slow down your camera movements.
Oh, sorry.
Blair Witch right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're being directed to stand on either side of the road here. So we're clearing the road. And I guess Kusin, sorry, I know I'm moving a bit fast still. So you can.
So I see Cindy Mitchell is there. And we've got people commenting. There are definitely more than 200 people. Thank you. That's right. You can comment online through Facebook and YouTube. And we greatly appreciate that. And this walk, people were asked to join the walk to wear orange and honor the children who survived the residential schools and to remember those who did not. The closing ceremony will be happening momentarily here, but the crowd still seems to be coming down the hill. And this day, of course, is in recognition of the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, the call to 94 calls to action.
On the end, to the right hand
2005. I see we've got a director's note from Jordan Amira, you should get to the higher ground over on the other side of the road. Go over to Putters, grab an ice cream, and then turn and face us because it's the best footage according to Jordan. And there's Kusin. The singers are gathering.
Singers are gathering.
Oh, amazing.
And I am going to higher ground, so bear with me here, everyone.
See, now
there
you know.
We go.
Jordan is going to tell you to face the other direction once the singers start. So, no, this is beautiful, actually. We'll get a lovely shot here. For those of you who are not watching live online at jejmedia.ca or Media on Facebook or YouTube, we are seeing a beautiful shot right now. It's sun setting time, and we're facing the incredible Chet, the Salish Sea, and watching a sea of orange shirts as they line up and ready themselves for this incredible ceremony. Amira, should I be keeping my mouth? Let me know when Cindy's about to get going there, and I'll certainly keep it down.
No problem. I think she's going to speak right now.
Getting ready to sing. See some beautiful regalia as well. And we're so happy to be able to bring this to you here at Cheek Supplement Radio and Jeje Media so that you can be present at the ceremony of the Reconciliation Walk for a little bit if you are not directly on our beautiful shores.
Okay. So I think we're just letting these cars pass safely. And then I think Cindy might begin soon after.
Just moving here, I think.
Amira,
yeah.
Chance of you moving closer to the speakers, and we'll be able to hear what they're saying.
Yes.
Otherwise, we might throw some music on.
I think Kusin was just called to join the singers. I see a speaker right there, so I can already see it will be much better here in terms of sound.
Excellent.
I'm also trying to find the right place to stand where I can film Kusin as well.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
And we do not, you can just, you just do you, and we'll be here doing us.
Okay, what we'd like to ask everybody to do is
Perfect.
we're gathered today as a result of Orange Shirt Day, National Truth and Reconciliation. And the story begins with Phyllis, who comes from Dog Creek in Williams Lake, who went to residential school in 73 and 74. She was a little girl and her grandmother bought her an orange shirt. And when she got to school, they took her shirt off her and the rest of her clothes. And at that time, she felt she had no self-esteem and that she was worth nothing. That's the way she was treated. And those are the things that instilled in her head as a little girl. So as a result of that, Orange Shirt Day has started, and there's an Orange Shirt Society taking place. And they're asking First Nations across North America to participate in events or else organize an event. So we've been organizing this event for 3 years now. So it's been something that we want to instill in our children to know that they will never be forgotten. All our children will matter and will be cared for. And we're here because of our ancestors passed on, who've walked here, and this land here is where our people lived. And I'm sure they're with us today. And we'd like to honor all the elders that have gone through residential school and all those who are not elders. There's quite a bit of people all age in our community who've went to residential school. My dad went. and my mom. So we're the ones that's living with the legacy of residential school now. Something that we don't always talk about. But a lot of things opened up when the children was at 215, and it awakened a lot of emotions for everybody. It started reflecting on our lives because it could have been any one of us that were suffering at those times. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do right now is we're going to have a moment of silence. Can everybody hear me? Raise your hand. So last time they were saying they weren't sure if we could hear me. So we're going to do a moment of silence, and then Devin's going to start with a song. And after the song, we'd like to ask everybody to meet down here at Wellington Beach for a closing. Okay? So we're gonna time it. The last time we were here, we stayed for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Does someone have a watch or a time thing that they could start for us? Okay, Maggie, you can let me know when you're ready. Okay, we're gonna do moments of silence now. Thank you. That's to commemorate all those children who never made it home, and to pray for all the children that are coming up, and to call on our ancestors to ground us in who we are today and stand and honor in who we are. I'm going to turn it over to Devin. He's going to lead us in a song.
Acha Chapat, Kusan at Nan, Hesh Slaaman Tua, Emotet Konanape. It's really good to see you all here. I'm really honored to have been asked to share a song with you guys. I'm going to sing a song called Never Alone. I saw some of my Assumption students here, and Slaaman singers. If you know this song, please join me. The song is in English and I Ajutham. In the language, we are singing I'll Stay With You, and everything will change for the better. away, oh, oh, away, away, oh. You are never all alone. We are your family away. You are never all alone. Each time I away. Sometimes cold and dim wounds numb away. Whoa, away, away, whoa, away, away, whoa, away, away, whoa, away, 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 you are never all alone. We are your family away. You are never all alone. Each time's a cafe away. Sometimes cold and dim wounds numb away. Whoa, away, away, whoa, away, away, whoa, away, away, whoa, away, away, you are never all alone. We are your family away. You are never all alone. Each time's a away. Sometimes cold and dim wounds numb away. Woo! I'm going to ask everyone if they could all go to where the bleachers are in Wellington Beach here.
All right, so I guess the remainder of the ceremony is going to continue down on the beach. I'm going to find someone to speak to and ask about their walk, if they were walking from the old hospital site. I think I've found somebody I'd like to ask. So Kajal, I'm live on Jeja Media. We're streaming on our website and on 107.7 Cheeks Upland Radio. And we were wondering if we can ask you some questions about the walk. Did you walk from the hospital, the old hospital site in town site down here?
Yes.
Okay, and how was it?
Amira, you'll need to get quite close up to the person, please.
Okay, gotcha.
You could tell that there was a presence of everyone there, and it wasn't rushed. It was just everyone was at a slow pace and memorable.
Yeah.
Amira, I'm going to just ask you before you keep going. We'll need to have the person you're interviewing, if you can front and center their voice for me, and then you can be a little quieter.
Okay. Do you want me to give them the headphones?
Yeah, perfect. Give them the headphones. Sure.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry, Jaja, just 1 second. I'm just not able to hear you very well. So I'm wondering if you can
You're listening to 107.7 FM, Cheeks Upland Radio, and we are broadcasting live from
hear somebody talking to you.
Hello, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. And I understand you've been on this walk. You came all the way from the T-Squat all the way to the beach here. And tell us about your experience.
There was a lot of people that came. Everyone was super early, so we got there around 3 o'clock just to make sure that we had enough space for parking our car. They gave everyone water, so everyone was hydrated as soon as we got there. As soon as Cindy started speaking about the experience and what it was all about, I guess everyone was just, you know, happy to be there and to support it. There's all different nationalities here today. It's not just the First Nations. There's a lot of support from everyone. Like I was saying before, it was giving me shivers through my body when they were singing, and it's just we felt really included. But we're hoping next year there'll be food.
Perfect for Cheek Saplan Radio. We would like some Cheek Saplan there. Thank you so much. And if you'll pass the headset back to Amira, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye-bye. Again, we're broadcasting live on the airwaves from tɩšosəm. My name is Zoe at Thanan. I'm going to just quickly get Amira off there for a second. We'll bring her right back in, though. Amira, there we go. And Amira and Kusin are down in Silky. I see Kusin speaking with, was that Eileen? I can't quite tell. But
Yes.
They must be getting ready for Bones of Crows. Amira, you're there with us. Amazing.
Yes.
So people heading down to the beach now for song and ceremony?
Yeah, so I'll just give you a peek here. I'm sorry for the clumsy technical transition there, but here we are. So as you can see, people are making their way down. It's beautiful. The water is just so calm. We've been very lucky with the weather, I would say. The sun is just keeping us warm and upbeat and comfortable, and yeah.
Well, Amira, thank you so very much for bringing us these visuals and this audio as well. And I know that you and Kusin need to get ready to come back into town for Bones of Crows this evening at the Patricia Theatre. So we will be continuing this live stream as well as our radio broadcast in the airwaves of tɩšosəm. We will be joined in just a little while by an author from Southern Ontario, and her name is Nancy, and I will tell you all about Nancy and the book that she has published in just a moment. We will be ducking into some music right now, and this is a few songs from the village of tɩšosəm. This is a friendship song in the Chinook language. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cheek Saplan Radio as well as the Jeja Media live stream.
Emot.
You are tuned to 107.7 FM, Cheek Saplan Radio. Incredible timing. I do believe that we are being joined right now by Nancy Cooper, an author living in Ojibwe territory, I do believe. And Nancy, just let us know if you're there, if you can hear me.
I am here. The only problem is I can't get my camera to work, so you don't get to see me.
Oh, well,
I'm sorry.
It's so funny, Nancy. It's absolutely not a problem at all. And Nancy, I'll let you know that my name is Zoe Atnan.
Yeah, Zoe, we've met.
I know we have. I wasn't sure you would remember.
Yeah, I'm Jay and Quinn's mom, one of Jay and Quinn's moms.
It's so nice to have you joining us live, traveling through the airwaves of tɩšosəm, as well as streaming live online. And we're very excited to hear. Would you please begin with an official introduction? Although our audience can't see you, they can definitely hear you.
Oh, for sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Nancy Cooper, and I am Anishinaabe from the Chippewas of Rama First Nation here in Ontario. The indigenous name is Minjikaning, and it is considered to be interpreted as the place where the lakes narrow, at the narrows. And it's between two lakes, Couchiching and Lake Simcoe. And one of the really cool things about that narrows is they have been able to preserve some fish weirs that they have, that anthropologists have carbon dated tens of thousands of years old. So that's been a place of trading for a long, long time, trading and visiting. So I think that's why I feel such a sense of home when I visit Tla'amin.
We've been talking all day long about how lucky we are living here, and I'm sure every time you get to visit, it just must be hard to leave every time.
I've never felt in my life such love and welcoming from the family, the Adams family. They are just so great, as you know.
As I know, and as I think many people listening know as well. And Nancy, would you please tell us, recently you published a children's book. Tell us all about that, please, and some of the work that you've been doing.
Okay, well, it's actually coming out officially in March, but it can be pre-ordered everywhere, which is super cool. It's all part of the marketing of the publishing company. It's the what is it called? The metadata. I've been learning all of these new terms. So it kind of builds an interest in the book, and librarians see it and then they want to buy it and that kind of thing. So it's called Beandigin. Amik says welcome, and Beandigin means welcome in my language. Amik means beaver. And it is the story of a little beaver named Amik whose cousins come to visit. And they're from all of the directions, including one beaver cousin from Tla'amin territory. And they come to visit for the day, and they visit all the animals that benefit as a result of what beavers do in creation. So the bear mother appreciates the beavers because her babies can eat the roots in the shallow water. The fox appreciates the beaver because she can take a shortcut along the dam to get home to her babies. The fish appreciate the beavers because of the big long channels that they dig, where the ice doesn't freeze all the way to the bottom, so the fish can spend all year long going in and out of the channel. So they go and visit all of these different animals to talk about and to learn about how awesome beavers are. But just as the cousins are coming to visit, Amik's little sister, who's so excited to meet her cousins, disappears. And so every time they go over to meet one of the animals, Amik will say, have you seen my little sister? And the animal will say, no, I haven't. But in the book, you'll see little sister peeking from behind rocks and trees. And she got scared, all of these cousins. While she was excited, it was still a bit scary. So at the end of the story, she comes out and says, wow, we're all really the same, even though we live in a whole bunch of different places. So that was the story about little sister.
Being a little sister, I have so much compassion for everybody on all sides of that. What a beautiful story, and I'm sure maybe some of your expertise with youngsters has helped to inform that narrative. It's it's so. I think my favorite is how the little one is hidden in each picture. I'm a big fan of hidden pictures.
Oh, I know my kids loved stories like that. So, yeah, I knew that it would be a good addition to the story. It wasn't in my original story, and the editor said we need to add a little tension to the book.
Interesting.
Yeah, children's books need a little bit of tension, something to think about and to just to wonder. So we
wonder. My sister talks about that. She teaches and she talks about asking kids the inquiry questions, the big questions, she says, that you can't answer on Google. I wonder, they start with often.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Could you tell me a little bit more about the work you do in the community other than being an illustrator? And P.S., I'm curious, did you illustrate the book?
No. Okay, so the backstory is, do you remember Chirp, Chickadee, and Owl magazines? When
Yes,
you were little?
long time subscriber to Chickadee.
Yes, so they're such great magazines, and I've written several stories for Chirp, Chickadee, and Owl magazine, and I've done collaborations with. Sorry?
The Mighty Mites?
Oh yeah, the Mighty Mites. So I've written several stories for Owl Kids over the years in the three different magazines, and I've always made sure to collaborate with an Indigenous illustrator. So this book comes out as of a story that I wrote about Amik having cousins visit. Joshua Mangashe Powestekli illustrate the story, and he agreed to illustrate the book. So I'm really, really honored that he has agreed to do the illustrations in the book because they're just stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. So no, I didn't I didn't illustrate it. There would be lots of stick figure beavers if I was the illustrator.
Love it.
So yeah, you're right. I don't do this all the time. My day job, I work with an organization called the Ontario Library Service, and we work with all the public libraries throughout the province of Ontario. But I'm really lucky because I get to work with all 46 First Nation public libraries throughout the province. So we help with program development, collection development. We have various projects on the go at any given time. We're looking forward to the upcoming First Nation Public Library Week, which is starting on Monday. And also I coordinate a national book award called First Nation Communities Read. And our award ceremony with the selected title authors for the children and the adult category will happen on Friday. So if anybody wants any more information about that, they can just go to fncr.ca.
Okay, I'm going to write that down here. fncr.ca. FN. Yes, that's correct. Just show that up on the bottom of the screen here.
Yeah.
Nancy, do you have a website or information where we can see more about your book?
Not yet.
Ooh,
but if you do, like, say, if you Google my name plus Amik, AMIK, all of the websites that will come up that show where you can pre-order the book, and then there'll be a little blurb about the book there. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get a website of my own.
You could share it on judgemedia.ca if you want.
What's that?
We could share it on judgemedia.ca if you want.
Okay.
We got a store. We'll put it in for you. And Nancy, I think I interrupted you with 40 questions, but what other work were you doing in the community? You said you're teaching. No, you were working with literacy programs, which I wanted to ask about.
Oh, library.
Library, sorry.
Yeah. I work with 46 First Nation public libraries.
Could you please remind me, because something is coming to mind. Kusin said, did you receive an award for your work in this area?
She might have been talking about Janet, my wife, because Janet is a doctor.
Okay.
And she is she cleans up at the award.
I got it. Okay. All right.
She's a health researcher, just like Evan. But there's a website called Indigenous Children American Indians in Children's Literature. And there's an amazing woman, Dr. Debbie Reese, who's from the Nambe Pueblo, who talks about representation in children's literature, Indigenous and mostly Indigenous representation in children's literature. And I won for my first children's book a place on her list of the best books of the year of 2020. So that's for Indigenous authors. That's kind of like, for me, the Academy Awards. Like that's a big one. When Debbie says your book is good, yeah, it's a seal of approval.
Congratulations, Nancy. That's amazing. I wonder if you'd say the title again for me. I'm going to write it in here.
Do you want me to put it in the chat and then?
Ooh, that'd be great.
Okay.
Save my atrocious spelling errors. And Nancy, I'm looking at my little question list here that Kusin has passed along. Are you open to reading a little section of your book?
Oh, sure. I just have to find it. So let's keep talking, and then we can find it.
All right. I'm going to do a little Google search for Amik the beaver. And is Amik, you said it's the Ojibwe word, is that correct?
Yes, it's an Anishinaabe word, yeah.
we grew up in an area where there were beavers, and I was lucky enough as a little one to get to go out in a canoe and early in the mornings go out, and of course my dad and my sister and I and my mom in the canoe paddling along very quietly as the mist is coming up off of the lake first thing in the morning, sun's coming up still, and then you see that little head of the beaver. The way out here people look for whales, we would look for the beaver coming along and then wait for that incredible sound when it slapped its tail. And they're such incredible creatures. Do you personally have grown up around beaver territory?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I grew up all over northern Ontario. My father was in the police force, so we traveled quite a bit. And we spent a lot of time out in the bush, and we're always seeing them. They're quite curious, which is super cool. So if you stay and hang out long enough or near them, they'll come and check you out.
And are they? I've seen out of, and they're massive. Are they actually a little bit vicious, or are they like? Would you be okay if one was walking along the road and you were there?
I'd avoid them. They've got really big, long claws, and they can, like, if a dog tried to get into their lodge, they could seriously hurt a dog or a coyote. Yeah.
I in fact know a dog who, so I've been told about the dog who wrangled with the beaver. Maybe that was actually why I was checking the verification on.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily want to have a whole lot to do with a beaver out in the wild. Okay, I found it.
Amazing. And I have a cover up here showing in the screen. Bindigan M says, welcome. How is my pronunciation of that word?
Perfect. Bindigan. Yeah. Come on in, it basically means. So one of the cool things is, I think I told you one of the beaver cousins is from Tla'amin. And that beaver cousin comes and gives a gift to Amik, and the gift is a beautiful cedar headband. So all of the beaver cousins bring a gift from their territory. So one of the reasons I did that is I wanted to really show the reciprocity between nations, how we don't go onto someone's other territory without doing it in a respectful way, in a welcoming way. If it is our territory, we welcome people in a good way. So all of the cousins brought gifts for Amik, and I made sure that I asked. Well, Kusin was the person I asked from that community, but I asked language keepers from all over. So there's a Mohawk cousin, there's a Mi'kmaq cousin, there's a Cree cousin. And they bring specific gifts. There's even an Inuit cousin.
I can't wait to hear what gifts they bring.
Okay. Well, how about I read that part?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. To start the visit, the cousins thank Amik for having them on her territory and invite her to their territories one day. They've each brought Amik's family a gift from their homes. A misk. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not going to read that part.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
It was an early edit, and it's blank. Let's see if I can find another. There we go. To start the visit, the cousins thank Amik for having them on her territory and invite her to their territories one day. They have each brought Amik's family a gift. A misk brought some dried muskeg tea. Gopit brought a tiny birch bark basket filled with wild strawberries. Amakos brought some juicy maple twigs to snack on later. Kwahwut brought a woven cedar headband. Kigiak brought dried crowberries to share. And Sainito brought a small purple wampum shell that fits perfectly in Amik's paw. Amik turns to introduce Nishimi to the cousins, but she's gone. Amik calls and calls, but Nishimi is nowhere to be found. So there's your little sneak peek.
It's a cliffhanger. I can't handle it. I need closure on this anecdote. I love it. And, my friend who's Jean here is sitting listening with me, and we have been talking about how much we miss birch trees. It's like the one thing in this territory that, there are few, but to hear that the birch basket that one receives and what's inside it.
Let's see, wild strawberries.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. They're so good.
Could I ask, what is is it a wampum shell? Is that what you said?
Yeah, wampum shell is those purple shells that the wampum belts were made with by the Mohawk people. I can't remember the name of the actual shell.
So look it up.
But it's a purple seashell. And the people who utilized that shell would make beads from those shells. And so they were traded a lot. But this cousin brings one of the tiny shells just as is to give to Amik.
I have to say that gifting shells and stones and little bits of driftwood is the love talk of my family. We all have little bits of stones and shells, that you just can't pass up.
Oh, I know. You gotta take the cool rocks home.
We have a little rule that when we go to the beach, you can fill your pockets, but before we leave, we must all empty our pockets, and then maybe you choose one thing. And then, of course, there's, you mentioned the reciprocity of the gift. They each bring in the gift, and then, we'll have a little, maybe drop some tobacco, or, especially if you find a particularly nice feather.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Just to thank creation, for sure.
I have a maybe off-topic question, but my friend Reese, who's also sitting here with me, we were talking earlier about eagle feathers. Can you tell me from your knowledge, Nancy, when you find an eagle feather, what would you do?
What would I do? I'd put tobacco down. So one of the things I love to do in Seashell is go to Porpoise Bay. And I don't know why, but every single time I go to Porpoise Bay, I find an eagle feather. I always make sure to leave an offering. We were also up in Desolation Sound doing a 4-day kayak trip out of Powell, the Powell River Kayak
Yes, yeah.
Company? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was years ago, and we stopped at an island for lunch, and my partner Janet walked into the bush, and there was this beautiful, huge feather just waiting for her. So she put some tobacco down. Definitely. That's what we do.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, that's lovely. Nancy, would you like to tell us about anything else that's coming up for you in the near future? It sounds like you have quite a few books that are out there, and I'll make sure to, again, put this your name and title up here so people can look you up online and find your books.
Oh, sure. I'm going to give you goodminds.com as well. It's an amazing Indigenous bookseller out of the Six Nations of the Grand Territory here in Ontario near Brantford. So all they sell are Indigenous books. My first book is called The Trading Tree. And so near here on Lake Simcoe, there's an old tree, an old sugar maple tree. they figure is about 200 years old, and it's on its last leg basically. But it was also called the trading tree because that's where a lot of the settlers and indigenous people way back like 100 years ago would meet to trade. So the settlers would, bring their wool or their quilts that they'd made or preserves, that kind of thing. And the indigenous people would bring the things that they'd perhaps farmed or gathered on the land, fish and their beautiful basket work and their beautiful quill work. And there would be trading and visiting and that kind of thing. So the book that I wrote is in the voice of the tree, remembering those things that have happened around its trunk, but also a lesson in, don't be sad. This is just how creation happens. We live and we have an amazing life, and then we go back into the earth. And so basically the tree's telling the kids, don't be sad when I'm gone, because I've done everything that Creator needed me to do here.
Such a beautiful message, Nancy. Thank you. And the name, I'd like, if you could say that name one more time for me, I'll write it in here.
Yeah, it's called The Trading Tree. And it's available at goodminds.com for people who want it. And one of the really cool things is that it was translated into Anishinaabe. And one of the illustrators is an Indigenous woman. So it's really cool because that's my territory there. And one of the women, woman who interpreted it is from Bosele Island. And one of the woman who was the artist is from Georgina Island. And we were all like on our territory, but from different communities. So it was a really neat collaboration. And one of the things that I talked about that the day we launched the book was how amazing it is now that we've gone, because I brought my son at the time, he was maybe 7 at the time. I said, we've gone from my mother being beaten for speaking her language to my son watching his mother be celebrated for having something in the language. Yeah, so that the irony wasn't lost on me, but I also celebrated it.
Yeah, it's wild how the flip is sort of occurring. As my friend in the so-called Edmonton area said a couple of years ago, are we all recognizing that this happened today?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit, but your good work and your hard work is making a difference, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Oh, this was my pleasure, and I'd do anything for my niece. She's just an amazing spirit on this earth. And I just applaud you all for doing such amazing work and doing the 24 hours of programming. I just wish I could have done it in Anishinaabe with you. That would have been super cool. Next time. I
was just going to say next time. Or Nancy, we'll just have to get you out here. We'll have to have you in Powell River. You'll have to come back.
Oh yeah. Well, the book, we try and come every summer. So the boys can see Papa and Chicha and all their cousins. So there's cousins again. Yeah, so for sure next summer, and the book will be out. And maybe I because I work with libraries, I could probably pull a few strings and get invited to the Powell River Library.
Excellent. That sounds like a great idea.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Chimigwech.
Chimigwech, Nancy, and all the best to you and your family, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. You're listening to Tɩšosəm Radio 107.7 FM, broadcasting live in the airwaves of tɩšosəm, and also live online now for over an hour, beginning with the walk from T-Squat to Wellington Beach. And Grace says, love you, Nancy. If you've got the stream tuned in that part of Turtle Island, Nancy's still. Grace, we love you too, Grace. Thanks for tuning in. You might be tuning in on Facebook or YouTube or perhaps on our website, jejamedia.ca. And maybe you are getting ready for this evening's very special presentation, because I know that we are. In the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to be heading back to our programming broadcast schedule. That will be updated online, but basically the one that's up there, you can kind of, it's from that realm, cousins. It's from that realm. But tonight now, we really must go and get ready for this, because it's too much fun. Bones of Crows is not quite a world premiere, but a T-Squat, Shaman Nation premiere of this movie that many, many people in the community here worked very hard on. This festival premiered actually at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. Just happened a couple of weeks ago, actually. This movie is being brought to the Patricia Theatre in T-Squat because so many of our worked on this film, and there are in fact entire portions of the film in Ayajutham, thanks to the incredible work of, again, people right here in tɩšosəm, people like Eileen Francis and Kusin Kiel and Betty Wilson and Freddie, who's not Freddie, it's I'm blanking on Eileen's name. Oh, it's an interview. At any rate, we'll let you know, but they all helped in translating the script. And this movie will be on tonight at Patricia Theatre beginning at 7 a.m. People will start gathering around 6:30 as they'll be hoping to have a little bit. Oh, Floyd. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. It's Floyd. Betty and Floyd helped with the translation for this film. And in fact, Eileen and Kusin both actually went on set and helped out on the film for authenticity, ensuring that props and set pieces, costuming, etc. were all authentic. And everybody is looking forward to this tonight, although this is a very heavy film, heavy on the emotions, and of course, we encourage you to look after yourself. There are a number of support lines around and available for you to reach out to, as well as, don't forget, within your community, folks that you can rely on. We're going to just wrap up here with a little bit of music. I think track play for you. I think that we will go out for you on the song we came in with today, which is Shungu. So it's a good day to fight the system. Thank you so much, Je. We will be ending the live stream at this time, but you will be able to catch us on the airwaves and again back on our broadcast signal online. Go to our website for more information, jejamedia.ca.
I woke up feeling great. The birds are in the trees. They're singing me a melody. La 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 la, fuck the police. My head is on straight. My heart is in peace. My soul is incredibly ready to change history.
It's a good day to fight the system.
To fight the system.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
We're never gonna stop. We're gonna make it count. When one of us is tired out, the other one will hold it down. We're gonna spread the love. We're gonna spread it around. We're all over the city now, and way down in the underground. Come on.
To fight the system.
To fight the system.
It's a good day. It's a to fight the system.
To fight the system.
It's a good day. It's a to fight the system.
To fight the system.
It's a good day. It's a good day. To fight the system.
To fight the system.
It's a good
was Demita Large with Reconciliation Sky. You are tuned to 107.7 FM tɩšosəm Radio live in tɩšosəm on the airwaves and streaming online at jejamedia.ca, at Jeja Media on Facebook and on YouTube. Demita Large is a Cree singer-songwriter, and the song Reconciliation Sky was literally introduced yesterday. Released yesterday. We are going to play a little bit more music for you, Jet. We've got about another 10 minutes of live programming here. We're having some amazing comments online. And don't forget, we're asking people to upload photographs of themselves listening to tɩšosəm Radio and tag us online. And all of those names will be submitted into a draw. We have several prizes that have been given to us to give away by the Tɩšosəm Nation. And I will tell you what, cousin, man, there's some good gear in there. Literally really nice gear. And we've got nothing to do but give it away. So please take a photo of yourself listening to tɩšosəm Radio 107.7 FM. Bonus points if you can take a photograph of 27 left toes. Whoever submits a photograph of 27 left toes will get a personal prize from me. It won't be crummy either, it'll be a real one. Meanwhile, Reese has requested this song, one of her favorites, called Redfoot, featuring DJ Shub and Fawn Wood. We're going to give this a whirl and see what comes of it. That is what today is about. That is tɩšosəm Radio. Right into it. Let's see how we're doing. We're doing it, cousins. This is Redfoot from tɩšosəm Radio. We are coming to the end of our live broadcast, and I want to thank you for tuning in on our live stream feed on Facebook and YouTube and our website, jjmedia.ca, as well as for tuning in on the airwaves in tɩšosəm. We will continue to broadcast now till 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's our 24-hour day of resilience, broadcasting Ayajuthan speakers, Ayajuthan culture, into Ayajuthan territory, and beyond as well, online. But really, the focus is right here in the village of tɩšosəm, and we're so thrilled that we've been able to do this. It's a bit of a minor miracle that we've pulled this off. Very, very exciting. Lisa, I'm checking in on your tech time. How are you doing over there?
I am doing good. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go? All right. I would like to give a very special thank you for so much hard work today to our entire team, which includes heading all stuff up. We couldn't actually do it without him. Jean Sauzon is the tech person, the antenna, the gear, everything you basically see and hear or can't see and can't hear. Our thank you very much to our dear friend and Jean, and we're so grateful for his assistance in making this possible today. And of course, on Jeja Media, we have Jacqueline Mathieu, we heard from in Hook, and that was incredible. Here in the village, we have Reese Galagos, who's been working around the clock, doing tech stuff like you wouldn't believe, and we are just so pleased that they're right here walking in live. Come on now, you better come in here now. We're all live online, you may as well pop in. We're just signing off as well on the airwaves. If you'd like to say anything to the village live on the, just do it, because you're here.
It's a good day to be Indigenous. Thank you for joining us on Ukstam Yahat Tuwas.
Sweet Amira in the background. Okay, Maurice, you're ready for the switchover?
Yes, I'm not sure.
You'll just hit play at the top.
Oh, yeah.
And on the one that you just made, make sure the other one is stopped. And we will be heading in now to episode 1 of Come Float Away. So this was recorded about 2 months ago, our first live stream ever. And you'll be listening to the audio next. And then through the night till 6 a.m. Thank you so much. I didn't finish giving the shout outs to the team. It's Amira, Chris, and they all just walked in and saw them. So thank you, everyone, and to all of our judges who supported us through this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are ready to go. We are going to do episode 1 of Judge Media's Come Float Away on the 107.7 Cheeks Up Radio. Listen to this episode